I am taking $500 and turning it into 1 million in 1 year, and I am taking you on the journey. Right now, to reach my goal, I am day trading cryptocurrencies. To recap, this is my 5th week trading and I am slightly over $1,000. Woohoo! I doubled. I am still stuck in several trades, waiting for some coins to go back up. But this week I tried a new technique and it worked very well. So I'm going to keep applying this strategy. So today I'm going to explain how I am finally able to use skills that some people consider weird or different to my advantage and how you can too. Let's go! Before we get into the core of the subject, don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you can be notified of new videos and to hit the like button so that other people can find the video as well. Let's quickly do a market recap. This week, both Bitcoin and altcoins went up in price a little bit, with the most action happening in the middle of the week. But this week, the crypto world has seen some positive news, like an SEC filing for the very famous app Coinbase, and some negative news, like when the founders of a coin called Paid pretty much paid themselves, took the money, and left. Yes, because this is not an environment that is very regulated yet. Scams do happen. If you invest money in a new coin or token, it is important that you do your research and check who are the people behind the project, which is usually on their website. Also check out if they have done any interviews. It will give you a sense of who they are. On the other hand, there's also a great documentary on Amazon called Cryptopia, where the first people who created Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies are interviewed. I strongly recommend it. One thing that I thought was fascinating was the fact that no one really knows who Satoshi, the person or the group of people who created Bitcoin originally, is. It also explains how all transactions are public. This is why I love everything about the blockchain. We can see transactions on the ledger live, and who did what doesn't really matter. What matters is the impact on the transactions. You know how I've been telling you to do your own research, right? Well, I have also shared that a lot of the information that I get, I hear it first on TikTok or on YouTube, and then I go and verify it. But here is the issue with this. The amount of people who have access to the same information is so great that if they were all to take the same action, like buy or sell a cryptocurrency, it would affect the market negatively. This is the blessing and the curse of social media. And I'm speaking from experience because I got trapped myself in a few of these where I bought something because I was told it was a good deal and everything that they said checked out. So I went ahead and bought it. But so many people bought it at the same time that the price ran up, and within a few hours of my purchase, the price went down dramatically. So how do you become successful if following popular information will bring the market down? That is definitely the question. Technical analysis is one way, and I know this works for many people. But as you know, I have several other activities and I cannot look at the charts all day long. So this is where being weird started to serve me. I got the idea from a colleague who posted Bitcoin's astrology chart. Yes, you heard it right. And I did chuckle when I saw it. But the truth is, Bitcoin and other coins like Ethereum, Cardano, and a few others are entities by themselves. They have their very own life, their moods, They have jobs to do, they have intentions on what they are supposed to do, and so on. So I started perceiving each coin as a person, and I started to feel them out. I stay aware all day long of my coins, and if I sense that something is going on, I will check the charts, and for sure it's either time to sell or buy. And sometimes I don't know which coin it is, so I look at a list of coins until I feel like I want to smile. That's when I know I need to take action. I did this 4 times this week, and the results were very positive. I know it's weird, and if you are laughing at me right now, well, then this is not for you. But if this seems right up your alley, I want you to consider a few more things, okay? It's not about only picking a coin, buying it, and hoping it does well. It also is about learning to read the charts, and from there choosing when to buy and at what price, or when to sell. The tug that you will feel will not necessarily be at the moment that you need to buy or sell. It will simply be at the best time to look at the charts. Last week, something very strange happened. I always thought that the market was led by the big coins, and all the smaller coins were following the big coins. But I started noticing that when I was getting a tug, the smaller coins were actually doing their very own thing, and they don't necessarily need the big coins. So that really showed me that it makes so much more sense to follow my intuition than to follow what everybody else is saying. Okay, everybody is saying if Bitcoin goes up, the rest goes up, etc. Not necessarily. There were 6 or 7 coins that were doing their own, very own independent moves, dependent of Bitcoin, Ethereum, Cardano, all of that. I am different, and I may feel how the majority of people feel around me, but it doesn't mean that I'm going to focus on the same thing as everybody else, right? I remember at the beginning of the pandemic, when everyone was really focused about how terrible it was, that they had to be locked at home and they were scared of going out, I kept thinking of the dolphins that had showed up in the clean canals of Venice. And having been to Venice several times, I knew this was incredible. Okay, back to crypto. Let's face it, this is still the beginning of blockchain and cryptocurrencies. I'm learning, and my mentor agrees with me on this, that history does not really matter for a trader. It may matter for somebody who's holding their coins, but when you're trading, you can't look at history. What matters is right now. What is happening right now, and what I can see happening in the day, or at most in the next few days. That's what I'm going to focus on. So I use my intuition to trade, yes, but I also know the basic tools to use to know when to trade. And with these 2 assets in my pocket, I just can't lose. If you are willing to use all of your abilities, this is a great time for the healers, the weird people, the people that don't fit in, and it's time for you to play and come make a fortune with us. This is your time to shine, dear tribe. If you research Bitcoin news right now, you will often see headlines about how financial institutions are planning on handling either Bitcoin or cryptocurrencies. And they're figuring it all out. So whether the article says something positive or negative about Bitcoin, it really does not matter. What matters is that they can no longer ignore how much it is changing their industry. Does that sound familiar? Yeah, when you're being different, you change everything around you. And if you spend any amount of time on social media, you will notice more and more people are acknowledging their special abilities. This is a very exciting time because being different is now important. Working hard, being normal, or anything traditional is no longer the only option. It's only one option. The world is now waking up to the possibility of being celebrated for being different. And I cannot see a better space to be different and make money right now than the world of cryptocurrencies. Do not let labels, titles, or headlines influence you right now. Check in with yourself. Is it time for you to create the prosperity that you have always known was possible for you to create? And is it time for you to do it your way? Then jump in. We are still in the discovery phase. There is no mass adoption yet, which means that there are a lot of possible gains. We are here for you. Comment below why you want to do this. And don't forget to ask me any questions so that I can research it for you or maybe interview somebody who has the answer. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the like button. See you next week.